Oh yeah. Just want you to work, Nero. Just want you to work. Okay. Mm. Oh yeah. I ruined people's day with that. Uh, hmm. It's between that and that. Let's see. I think Raphaelos is good. To answer your question. Is there even a point to playing 3 drops? You even need to play them? Because Raphaelos just taps for 4. So like, you even play 3 drops? Thousand-year elixir? What? Apparently doesn't exist. There it is. You may activate abilities of creatures as long as you control it. Oh, this is the it's the what is it called? The new Mona Lisa. Tyvar does this, and you could also just play Lightning Greaves anyways. So I don't know. I don't know. This could just be Cultivate or Lightning Greaves. I didn't know that existed. What is Mona Lisa? Is it mono green? Oh yeah, this one. The Raphaelos at home. That's true. Yeah, you get to tap. You get to tap it twice. You do get to tap it twice. That is true. That's significant. How does this work? What are we trying to do with this? Giant growth as dark ritual or something? Like, what are we doing here? Play it on. Can't figure this out in my head here. It feels like severe extra steps instead of just playing Rofellos. Why does it? Oh, it creates any color too. Look at that. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, there's more you got to do for this. It's crazy. This feels like exactly where Rofellos should be, or even Azusa. Actually, I think Azusa is just doing the same thing, but like better. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this as like a you play it and then you untap with it and then you have infinite mana kind of thing. This is doing something else that it's hard to compare it to Rofellos. If you're just like a one-to-one comparison, this is there's probably some 1/1 counter shenanigans going on there. I'm not feeling it. It's heavily outshined by the other mono green commanders because they don't need to play giant growth. For this to tap for the same amount as Rofellos, it would need you untap on turn 3 and then you tap that, do that. Best 1 mana green ramp and probably Utopia Sprawl because it can't die. I would say Exploration, but sometimes you don't have the lands for it. You could still say it's this anyways, but it's probably Utopia Sprawl if I had to pick one. It can't die, and it's really good. But this is most people would probably say this one, and I would say it's probably that one as well. One of those two. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play Mona Lisa. I think I'm gonna do that. A weird name for a card. Really weird name. If you're talking about creatures, it's probably Delighted Halfling, or probably a Boreal Grazer, because again, it can't die. So probably a Boreal Grazer Kami. Speaking of Kami, being uncounterable is extremely situational. You have to play against a counterspell deck, and they have to have a counterspell that is stopped. I feel like I just don't want 2 mana cards or 3 mana cards because Rofellos doesn't care about those. How much mana do you need for Staff of Domination to win? Is it like 6? I don't know if I'm playing 3 drops. Maybe Flare is an exception. Maybe Cultivate Flare are the exceptions. Maybe even the untap spells. I see those sometimes. Although most of the time I do not see those. Yeah, everyone else gets to play Rofello, so I want to play it. How come I don't get to play it? I want to play it. I don't really want to play Ninja Turtle cards right now, so. Played all the ones I'm interested in. I don't know, actually. Let me look. That's a good question. No, it was what is that? It was 8 months ago? It wasn't a month ago. It was 8 months ago. It was 200 days ago. That's when I played Rofello's last. I don't even think Ice Till was in the game. Oh wait, Ice Till is kind of weird. Maybe it isn't. You can play fetch lands, right? What kind of fours are we looking? What's like the most optimal Rofello's possible? I feel like it genuinely is no 2-minute cards. Hmm. What if we just picked cards at random? How often do you think we could win if we just picked cards at random? I just started clicking things. I feel like I would have an above 50% win rate still if I did that. Full stop. Four. It really seems like 4 is the Super Friends. Green Planeswalkers are kind of creature dependent though. It's kind of hard to like just make a couple of tokens with them and then win. Like they do really want you to still have creatures. It's kind of like the worst possible color for Super Friends. Build it with no rares. uh, you think so? Let me hold on. There's got to be a way to make this stupid. No rares. I mean, the creatures I added are pretty easily replaceable. Cultivate is rare level, but it's technically not a rare. Definitely don't need Badgerable Cub. I'll keep the 1-drops though. Must be blocked if able. There it is, removal. Urza with 0 artifacts in the deck? How does that work? That doesn't sound like an Urza deck. Oh, you just make token artifacts. I don't feeling good about the 4 mana here, unless they're rares. What do you do? No, that's not. Vinemare. I do like Vinemare. What do you mean? I play jank all the time. What are you talking about? I'd say like 80% of the things I play are not like the sweaty meta cards in the command zone. Like if you play something, nope, nope, not baiting me. I refuse. Not elaborating. This is a wait. Untap? No, it's returns an elf. What's the untap one? Sylvan Ranger? My was it Quirion Ranger? Is it Quirion Ranger? Okay. I think it's Quirion Ranger. I was tired of I was tired of the turtles before they came out. This might be harder than I thought. Huh. Feels less Visionary's fine. Leatherback Bailoff. You think that could win a game? I guess Somberwold Sage? Did I ever play Prosper? I don't think I did, actually. I think I ever ended up playing Prosper. I don't think so. I can't remember, so probably not. One of the people I play on paper with plays Prosper, so I see it all the time. But I don't know if I've played it. It's been on my list for like 1,000 years, so. Progenitus? I played Progenitus in Standard. I don't think I ever cast it, but I sure did try. I wish Progenitus was uncounterable. I mean, it would wind up being a mono green deck, to be fair. It would kind of just be a mono green deck. With like maybe the best of every other color. It would probably closely resemble like the first sliver, maybe. Where like your commander is not that important. Mutate cards? guys are too evil to use? What does that mean? I'm actually just a bit surprised at the amount of things that aren't here in the common and uncommon spot. This might not actually be good enough. Hmm. Hmm. All right, well, what's super expensive? What do we up here? A lock of worm? You think no rares in any color besides green? I feel like it's the complete opposite. Look, I'm gonna try it. Okay. We're this far. I don't even know if Tireless Provisioner is an uncommon, isn't it? Tooth and Nails are rare. I don't know why you wouldn't put Tooth and Nail in Rofellos, but Fuel Tank. Tooth and Nail's the only rare. No, I think the only rares are the one drops. I'm not gonna take out stuff like Utopia Sprawl. Wait, Utopia Sprawl's not a rare, is it? What am I talking about? One of these is a rare. Delighted Halfling? Yeah. Actually, kind of don't even like crop rotation. Exploration. Be hard pressed to take that out. Birds. Yeah, I don't think I'm taking those out. I mean, if I do run Tooth and Nail, it's not like it's getting Ulamog. Nature's Claim? Look, if it doesn't work out, we have a backup plan. Settle. I need more like ways to win in play in my deck. I just need more creatures. The creature died. Sure. Prevent combat damage. Yeah, why not? Oh, Nyxborn is a common, that's right. I have no idea what Faceless Agent is doing, but it does draw a creature of indeterminate value. Let's look at landfall. Keeps coming up. Look at the top. As a creature reveal it, put your hand. Sure. Didn't know this card existed, so it's not really that bad. Do we have Sprout Swarm yet? Kind of don't like this. Bad. What's the tapped thing? Oh, is that a rare? No, it's not. Weary Zone Guard's not a rare. It's only your graveyard, though. I guess I don't have any fetch lands. Zan is just funny. Lift top. Is there a giant expensive artifact? It's not a Mana Rock. Godpharaoh statue? We've come this far. I could just not play any rares at all because there's so few of them. What would they be? It would be not this and not that. Oh, in that. Actually, you know what? I don't even think I would play Burgeoning here. Oh, not that. If I did that, I believe that's all the rares. Okay. Haywire Might? I don't really know if I care about that. I feel like I don't care about that. How many times do you think we're going to get someone because fog? Probably not many. Lightning Greaves? Yeah, yeah. Honestly, all of them are fine. Probably with Rofellos specifically. I'm not a giant fan of boots, but with Rofellos specifically, they might all just be fine. Like even the hexproof ones. Like the shield of whatever it's called. Just for the sake of filling my deck out, I could play this thing. Though I really don't. I'm not at all a fan of this. Oh, there's another one? Wow, that's a bit steep. There is Drawbridge. It doesn't line up very well. It doesn't feel like it lines up well. Hex. Wait. Untap spells are. Can I please type? Can I please once in my life? Are there untapping hexproof enablers, or are they all just combat tricks? There's none that protect it. They just untap it. Tragic. No, there's not much like card draw. You can do Staff of Domination, but I think that's a mythic. Okay, I somehow made it to 100 cards. I don't have to worry about the... Well, you really want all your lands to be forests. It's kind of like a... It's kind of important. Alright, we're just going to send it. We're just going to send it. That's what I'm doing. It's Rofellos, but all commons and uncommons. Just to see how stupid this card is. I'm actually kind of surprised at the lack of crazy uncommons, but it might not matter when you're twice as far ahead as your opponent. So let's find out. I could be wrong, though. I did say Rofellos can win with just draft uncommons because it's so much mana your opponent can't do anything. But after having put this together, I might not be sure about that. Let's find out. Let us find out. I can do one of those. Okay. I was playing Rowan yesterday. Oh, it's so fun. Oh, it's so fun. Every win is so different. Well, more or less. I love Rofellos. Not Rofellos, I mean Rowan. Rowan's probably my favorite commander right now. Probably. Iroh's kind of up there too. But it's cool to play like a storm deck that doesn't demand you have green in it. Even though fundamentally you are trying to ramp with your commander. But it ramps all your cards at the same time. What is this? Cryptozoologist? This the clue token thing? Okay, I haven't seen this commander in 1,000 years. I think the last time I did see it, it did go crazy with the clue tokens. Whenever this... Alright, I'll Put Ophelos in play? Sacrifice Clues reveals the top card. Okay. Okay. Been a minute. They played Yavimaya for me. Academy Manufacturer is a lot of resources. Like a lot of resources. Okay, let's opponent is kerfuffled, it seems. 1, 2, 3, so 3, 5. Let's play this. Get a 4. No, I think I'm just gonna do this. I can't tell my opponent is you're gonna have a good time, you know you can just leave, right? Not rocket science. Opponent, you played the best card in the game. I think our opponent's upset, but I can't tell. They could also maybe just win right here, right? They seem like they have the capacity to win this. They also answered my answer. Like, they actually dealt with the card I had. I don't see any card draw, though. I think the Boseiju was too much. Doesn't seem like I... Yeah, alright. I'm over it. I can't... If I had the Boseiju still, or the... if it wasn't for the Boseiju, I think we're win. Alright, well, our first game was against an 8-year-old. Kind of tragic. Oh, I'm gonna rope somebody. A fool can't win at your level, so what they do is they bring you down to their level. You don't rope out fools. I know emoting has never bothered me. I never got why that would bother me. What does bother me is saying good game when, like, it isn't over. My opponent wasn't doing it in that way, but that doesn't... I wouldn't play this game if that bothered me. Kids play Magic. It's not a big deal. Alright, this is awfully similar. Not going to play Rofellos in the face of removal. Oh yeah, you can just mute people. I guess I could have done that. Seem to bother my chat more than me. Please kill this. Wait, what? Isn't this like the worst possible thing to bounce in the history of bouncing things? I feel like it is. Maybe it isn't? Okay, now I can't search with it, so that kind of technically did the thing. Kind of. It still feels a bit weird to me, but that is a way to do it. I don't typically mute people. I don't know, I don't really think about it. Alright, they targeted me the first time, and then they targeted themselves the second time. Interesting. Oh, I can't cast. No rares is a format in Flesh and Blood. So, Pauper? I don't know. Artisan? Gee, I wonder what my opponent's gonna play. Cool. Well, we would have won if we had Ulamog in our deck. That is hexproof. That does have hexproof. I'm still going to cast for Fellows. I don't think a 5-3 this turn is like super crucial. Yet again. Oh, can't even cast it. Alright, fun. Well, it is a game I would have won if I had rares. I'll say that much. I will say that much. Would have been a pretty fast win as well, actually. Sweeper, 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 sweeper. It seems like the deck weight isn't super low. At all? Like, at all? Alright, well then. Okay. Maybe not. I don't even know what this does. This creature target discards a card. Okay. I don't know what that does. Okay. Never a creature dealt damage. Okay. Or so this. Wait. Can I play this for? It means no haste, but that's probably fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick up Rofellos. I don't know of an artisan commander. What do you mean? This is an artisan commander, I guess. Okay. Sure. We think they're gonna block it. It is a 2-turn clock. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is a 2-turn clock. Like, if you don't block it this turn, you're gonna have to start blocking it next turn. That's probably good. Like, you can't tap out every turn or whatever. Logic follows. Logic tracks. How am I mean, if I play an artisan commander, I'm going to get completely swamped. Oh, they just killed me. Did that kill? Yeah, it did. Okay, I wasn't expecting a zombie captain. Was not expecting a zombie captain. I think I need more creatures. This is the like second time I feel like I ran out of creatures really fast. So let's try to add more. There's not a lot of crazy stuff out there, but let's still try to find more. Try to find more. Try to find more. I gotta look at what Faithless Agent's doing. Elves? Okay, I don't think what Faithless is drawing is working out too well, so. Well, I'm gonna get completely swamped. If I have like only uncommons and commons and my commander is an uncommon, I'm going to lose every game. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's already kind of hard to win with Rofellos. It's not a challenge. It's like a humiliation ritual. You're gonna go like a 5% win rate. It's not a challenge. It's self-evident you can't win doing that. it really isn't that thought-provoking. It's hardly a challenge. I don't know if a bunch of 4-mana 4/4s are good. Someone did say mutate. Someone did say mutate. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that, I don't think. It doesn't seem like it. There's not, other than untap spells, I guess, actually. Because untap spells synergize with Rofellos. What if I took out some of the ramp spells for untap spells? That speeds me up slightly? I think that speeds me up faster on average. Like turning them into dark rituals is pretty impactful. Garruk's draws, right? Garruk's whatever, the enchantment. Because right now we're just like slamming haymakers that don't interact with each other. So take out. I feel like Rofellos should be my ramp spell on turn 2 basically every game. I don't think Druid class works out very well. Aftermath is kind of random. I don't have fetch lands. It's kind of at its weakest here, it feels. I really think Rofellos just needs to be my turn 2 play all the time. So I could just shave a ton of, I don't even like this. This is things it can do. Colossal Majesty and Garruk's Uprising. Up the Beanstalk? How is Up the Beanstalk an uncommon? I guess for draft purposes. Giving something trample might be interesting. At the very least, this replaces itself. Spelunking doesn't feel great. I guess 6 cents? I guess. Fight effects are not super crazy, especially how I'm just winning on in board with stats that like fights are not too crazy. You can kill like a crucial creature, I guess, but still, maybe not the best. I do like the fight out of hand one. That one's all right. I remember I did this with Golos, and I was winning. But you have stuff like Wash Away when you play Golos. I think Counterspell is like common too, right? It might only have a rare version here. I can't remember. I think it only is a rare in Magic Arena. Like you don't even need the World Tree for Golos. That was a long time ago too. Maybe you can't do that anymore. Everyone else is so good. Like no matter what you do, people cast Dark Ritual. What are you gonna do about it, right? Up the Beanstalk is 5 and up. So tap, play 3, 1, 2, 3, and then tap that, untap that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in an ideal scenario with untapped lands or untapped spells, you can cast like 8 drops on turn 3. Okay. Maybe that does make untapped spells really good. I guess Impulse is good too. How many are there? 1, 2, 3. Really only want the 1 mana ones. 8 of them. Can certainly make those work. No Visionary. Probably no Explore. Fuel Tank is weird. Again, the 2s... Rafellos should be my 2-drop. Basically every game. Priest is weird. Priest does tap for 2 with Rafellos. Rafellos is an elf, because of course he is, right? If that's the plan, and I only need like 3 forests, maybe I don't need 40 forests. This looks more reasonable. Still want more creatures though. So maybe the explosive vegetations are out of the equation. And just play actual like creatures that can deal base damage. Ideally 4 and up. Trample reinforces game. Is the unearth one green? That like unearth 4 mana 7/7 thing? No, not unearth. What is it called? Escape? I can't remember the name of the mechanic. Yeah, escape, whatever Uro has. This got more interesting. This is certainly more not provoking than I thought it would be. I could go all snowlands. Search for a snow, reel it, put your hand. Snow permanent. I could just go all snow forests. Could make this sizable. I wish this had power 4. It draws itself, but with the Garruk's Uprising, you know. Savage Stomp or Naturalize. Why not? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this thing. I think this is okay. I don't know if I'm recovering though. Like if my board is dealt with and I have to like escape this, I don't know if a random 7/7 is getting there. Acidic Slime's annoying. Forgot it was an uncommon. Oh, no, I didn't. I just forgot it was in the game. Garruk's Pack Leader. Yes. Yes. Type in the word draw. When this enters, you gain 3, draw a card. Third from the top. Is Bookworm good? I don't typically shuffle. If I continuously cast Bookworm, it could be annoying. Could be annoying. Maybe. It's exactly 8 mana too. Okay, let's swap the lands for forests. I mean, again, every land in your deck kind of needs to be a forest for Raphellos, so. So there's a way to like just auto do this. Or mouse. Alright, no, well, that's still fine. I don't think I need it. No cliff top. Okay. This feels more cohesive than just a pile of creatures that... Okay. Because I can get the creatures out faster. This is interesting. Alright, well. To remove all, you can just drag it out. Oh, I didn't know that. Did not know that. It works with lands too? That's funny. Okay. Alright, well, there's... They kept this fast, and they know what they have to do. So, I suppose it's safe to assume this won't stick. Because they know what this is about. I don't know what they fetched instantly for. That's interesting. Yep, typical. My opponent's running Spell Snare. That's kind of insane, but it does work. That's though. Gonna concede. You know what? If I put my commander on top of my deck, I probably should have done that. I think that's what I should have done there. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have put my commander on top of my deck. I think I was fine. Well, I wasn't fine, but that was a mistake. I will admit. That's on me. Oh yeah, I need colorless sources. No. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Dang it. Oh, it's such a good card though. Yeah, it's not possible. I can't accommodate that. It's not realistic. Oh. I just totally whiffed on that. There's no feasible way to do it either. No, I can't run any of that. All right, man. Look at you taking my cards out of my deck. I like that card too. That's one of the few giant drops that I like really liked. All right, throw in. The fact that this has hexproof, I do argue, is significant. Invoke doesn't matter that much. Let's just run in the hexproof threat. I was looking at it earlier, so I think hexproof is fairly impactful here, I would argue. Okay. Right back into Katara. Spell Snare is honestly just completely insane. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I'm going to get over that one. Spellsnare is borderline ridiculous to me. Okay, another sorcery speed fetch land person. What does this mean? Means we either don't have a thing we care about, or this just doesn't matter to them. Not sure why we're doing it now. What do about it? And I'm not at all a fan of Spellsnare. Do not advise. You have Subtlety too? Come on, really? Okay, you got it. Alright, well maybe we'll play against somebody who doesn't have, like, the god tier perfect answers and everything. One Katara player had Spellsnare and the other had Subtlety. I don't know what to tell you. Not really beating that. I could play Cavernous Souls, but it's a rare. No, it's a mythic, isn't it? No, it's a mythic. Yeah. I can picture all the cards that Spellsnare hits, and when it does the thing, it's great, but there are better options you could play in that spot that are better against more cards. It's not that Spellsnare is bad. It's just that there's other cards you could play instead that are more universal. If this was a 200 card format, then maybe Spellsnare is, you know, you gotta... It's not the first 99. That's what I'm trying to say. Honestly, I don't even really think it's the first 150. Because there are better options. But yeah, when it does the thing, it probably feels amazing. There are plenty of cards that can do the thing. And when they do, they feel great. That doesn't mean there isn't, like, better options. I'd say there's a reason why that's the first Spellsnare I've seen in, like, a year. Actually, I don't know the last time I've seen Spellsnare. I don't even know the last time I've seen a Spellsnare. Full stop. I don't know. Can't quite put my finger on it. Also, I only have one forest currently. Not heavily incentivized to play Rofellos. Okay, I found another forest. Does that change anything? I think I should play the forest anyways. Like, just instead of the disciple. Because I can always draw another forest. So there's no reason. Yeah, it depends on what deck you're playing. I don't normally like the 1 mana Strix give them a 2/2 card, but if you have a commander that doesn't care about the 2/2, I suppose they're alright. Swan Song's a bit weird to me. Honestly, even Unsummon. Unsummon feels a bit more universally, like, ideal, if you will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can... This isn't a forest, but I can just slide this in play, and this is absolutely devastating here, so... I'd have to think about it more. But... I have not seen Spell Pierce in a long time. I suppose if you expect to see Rofellos all day, that's reasonable. Suppose so. Alright, well, we got there with that one. We did the thing that, surprisingly, I've been halted well, I guess not really that much of it. There's also like Frogify, so witness protection, unable to scream. These cards answer everything, not just a 2-mana card. You're not really finding yourself getting into counter wars, like your opponent casted, I don't know, a mana leak and you have a spell snare. That's not really what happens, like, ever. Well, at least when I play counter spells, I don't see a lot of counter wars. A lot of the good counter spells are 2 mana, so if you are in a counter spell position, but then again, you just, like, I'd almost rather just play Spell Pierce. Oh. Well, like I said, when it does the thing, it feels fine, I'm sure. I don't think it's bad. I'm not surprised I don't see it all over the place. It's a little too narrow compared to the broader options. I mean, there's also Wash Away, which you could just play alongside of it. I don't think it's going to replace a Wash Away. Well, I'm not sure if untapping this, so I go 1, 2, 3, I have 5. I actually don't think I want to untap this. It doesn't seem like that's what I want to do. I will cast this and do Vine Mare. Vine Mare seems annoying, kind of? Maybe? Seems annoying. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm going to keep casting it. There is a point where you kill it so much and then your opponent just starts playing the things out of their hand, which we're extremely close to doing. Okay, so let's play the old untap this. Then... Wait, I should go to combat first. Right? Yeah, I should go to combat first. And then... Oh, right, it can't be blocked. I'm an idiot. Never mind, I can't block it anyways. I'm dumb. Let's do you. Play you. I guess I did miss a counter. I did miss a counter, technically. I don't know if the game is about this random thing. But... Alright, so they're willing to mill. Which I suppose means they just had to do that for reasons. Vine Bear, I suppose, is a real problem here. I can't block it too well. Okay. Don't know why they let me go to blocks, but you got it. Play. There's 6 left. Yes, these two. They have stopped Rofellos every single turn except one turn, and the only reason I had it that turn is because of an untap spell. Okay, well, now we probably just lose to degen combo dumbness. Yep, my opponent dealt with Rofellos every single turn. Every single turn they dealt with it. Which is kind of what you have to do. But that's kind of crazy that they not only were able to do that, they were also able to do everything else. Alright. That's kind of nuts, but I suppose it feels nuts on this side, but again, you like have to do that. If they didn't do that, they were screwed. So it is what it is. It's just kind of annoying that they had their entire strategy function while also having infinite answers at the same time. It's usually one or the other. Like, most of the time, you have to stop doing what you're doing to interact with Rofellos. But my opponent didn't really have to stop what they were doing to interact with Rofellos. Well, that's not even true. They kind of did. They kind of did, to be fair. At least for 2 turns. I will say, if we were like an actual deck, we would probably be winning a lot of these games with the giant bomb in my hand. Just being something like Ulamog, I would be just winning these games. So far, my claim that this can win with just like draft garbage has been put to the test. What is this? This is that weird thing. Okay. Well, that's not where you want to see Llanowar Elves, now is it? We can also count on one hand how many times I've actually untapped with Rofellos. Like, I can literally count on one hand how many times it's happened today. Yep. I guess I can swing. Tireless Treasure. Okay, they didn't do anything, so no Rofellos. Or rather, it wouldn't be a good idea. Killing the Provisioner after it made a treasure feels kind of bad. You can't really stop it, though. That means I cannot cast... Yeah. I will turn the treasure into a land here. I think it makes the most sense to me. Commander is Rofellos. Alright, can we have nothing left up? Please, that'd be great. Okay. play this. And I think Rofellos is less important than Diamond Weapon. So I'll give Diamond Weapon Shroud. And they can't really do anything about it, right? It stops their commander completely. And I don't think Rofellos matters. Oh, never mind. This doesn't have vigilance. Never mind. I thought it had vigilance. Maybe I didn't want to swing with it. Well, if it's a back and forth, I'm not sure it's favoring my opponent long term. I don't know. They could have crazy stuff in their hand, though. It's like the first time I've ever been hit by this. But you see the kind of deck I'm playing, what it takes for this to hit you. Yeah, I don't know if just chilling is worth it. I don't know. All right. Pelakka Worm is lethal, so there's that. I should play this first regardless and say congratulations if you have something. And then play you. They didn't have anything last turn, so they have to block it? Pretty sure they do. Okay. Alright, we did it. We did it. Yeah. They cast their commander twice. They had a Toxic Deluge. They could cast their commander in the same turn they did that. They had a Dark Ritual. This is kind of insane to beat. This is a Fatal Push on a Rofellos too. Crazy. Yeah. Pelakka Worm used to be a rare. That's actually really funny. Okay. They had all the tools to not let me play the game, and I still got through all of it. That's pretty nutty. That's pretty nutty. That was a very good Lightning Greaves, to be fair. That was super good Lightning Greaves there. Okay. Carnage Tyrant. Colossal Dreadmaw. Storm Raven. Chimney Imp. Wood Elemental. Is that the one with the giant saw? I think I'm keeping this. Yeah, this is almost the exact same. That's problematic. Maybe... I'm starting to not like this 3-3. I took out the land-based ramp. So maybe this 3-3 could be something else. There's the other thing. Choose land or non-land cantrip, whatever it's called. Maybe that's an interesting one. I have no idea what that is, but we shall see. Is it like Raven form? I have no idea what that is. Behold the Spaghettiverse? Sure. They put both on top. Red Source Burnsville, I lose? No, not quite. I don't care about Reliquary Tower. Oh, that's so gross. Alright, well, I mean, I have to play this. It's not even... Oh, no, you have something? Come on, Force Negation. No, come on, dude. Ah, it's the only card in the game that does that. Oh, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. That's kind of problematic with their commander. But I'm wondering if I should blow up a land anyways? What if I just play giant stats? I feel like I'm better positioned to just play giant stupid stats than do anything else. But staff is a problem with their commander at some point. I think my window of acidic sliming is gone. Unless I assume I can actually have it do anything, which it currently doesn't look like that's the case. I'm still gonna cast it. I'm still gonna cast it. Alright, let's blow it up. I think that is a good idea, so I'm going to do that. I don't think a land is part of the equation. I could have naturalized it, but that seems dubious. I could still simply lose because I didn't actually do anything about this, and unlike me, they have rares in their deck. So. Oh, the sacked untapped lands? Okay. I thought it was... Yeah, one of them has like a weird tree folk getting sawed in half. I thought that was Wood Elemental. Well, let me know when it's my turn, opponent. You let me know. They're reading acidic slime. What does that mean? I have no idea. Okay. Yes. That's more or less just a cycle. Another cycle. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Why not? You got it. Very fun. Very enjoyable. Who would have guessed? Your opponent untaps some Vivi and you lose. Who would have guessed? Who would have assumed? Honestly, if we... Again, it's another game. It's another game. In all fairness, if I was playing a normal Rofellos deck, I probably win, because a lot of the rares I would cast there just completely decimate whatever they're trying to do, so... Tragic. But there is a difference. There's more of a difference than I at first admit, so... If anything, I've been humbled. I have been humbled. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-da-da-dum-bum. Another thing I want to play is High Buy again with just the blue shrines. I really like the idea of that. I want to try that. I've only seen it once, and in that one time I saw it, it was pretty good. There's not much going on in this hand. That's my opponent on the play. That's not fair. I don't think I'm playing boots here. What are you doing? Is it Cameo's protection? What is it? Alright, let's play you. Do that. And now we just kind of hope we don't die. It's not easy, really, at all to kill someone on turn 3. But they were on the play, so... I don't have a great follow-up, though. They can just recast theirs. When I have to interact with my opponent's commander and I can't, it looks not great for us. Like, I can blow it up once, and then I don't know what to do. Yeah, this is commons and uncommons. Which wasn't as good as I thought it would be. I thought it would be better. I'm not going to lie. I thought it would be better. Alright, they're probably doing math here. So they go fetch land, Haro, into that, into a land. Could be 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's the fetch land. First there is, and then 4, and then 8. Okay. Oh. I don't think I'm blocking this. Maybe I am. Maybe that does do something. I'd improve my breakpoints in the future. But probably not. Probably not. I'm not going to crack the Lander token, because giving Baloth haste later seems better than giving 2 damage this turn. It's just more damage later. Alright, well, I mean, they can't give Tifa haste, and I have a pretty good turn next turn, I think. Well, they can give it haste, but just not in a, you know, a way that they would like to give it haste. Is that oh, I have to tap Rofellos, though? That's fine. That's fine. Then play you. And I guess post-combat we'll see how it pans out. I can't give trample. Can we not have protection indestructible, please, for once in our lives? Of course not. 7, 11, 12, 13. Ugh. I guess I'm just playing this. I don't know how I don't play that, but I'm probably just dead now, so cool. Well, can't say I didn't try. I think I'm dead on board from the cards I know about. I think my opponent may have missed lethal. Maybe? I think they just missed lethal there. Maybe not. 16, take... Still there. Okay, it feels as though they missed lethal, but I guess they didn't have it? Maybe they just didn't have it. Wow, that's hilarious. Just raw, goofy stats stopped Tifa. I feel like I shouldn't win most of that happening. I'd rather not sit here and do the math for my opponent, but let's say I did. Let's say they didn't crack this on my turn. They would have one less mana, though, but that might not matter. So it'd be 2, 4, and then a land. 6. Or, no, 2, 4, 8. Did they miss lethal? I think they did. I think my opponent missed lethal there. Even with this equipment, I might have just died if they just decided to put this on and do something. Well, again, the mana, because this costs 2. And they snake skins, which was 1. I don't know, it feels like they missed lethal, but maybe they didn't. I'd have to sit there and think more about it, but there was that one turn they were thinking for like 10 years on turn 3, and it was 16 damage. Alright. You could say that they feel like they have to be faster because they don't know what I'm doing, but I'm not a normal Rofellos deck, so they don't know that. They don't know that. They don't know that. They got 2 lands with Entish Restoration? The counter was mistimed? Yeah, I don't know. That seemed weird to me. They spent so much time in that one turn, and then the next time they swung, they didn't really spend any time at all. That's odd. Take those, I guess. Alright, I think I have had a very strong gauge of what this is capable of, having just played a bunch of it, and I would just like to talk about it. Then we'll just play... I'm going to play a different deck after this. I'm not going to stop here, but I'll just talk about this and move on. This is... I was humbled today. I thought Rofellos could just win with draft commons and uncommons, because the card is so obscenely powerful. But if we don't factor in the games where my opponents had 26 removal spells, and I could count on one hand how many times I actually untapped with Rofellos, right? That's how this card single-handedly just demands every deck has 1 and 2 mana removal spells. Like, we saw a Spell Snare today. I mean, I had a spiel about Spell Snare. I don't think it's in the top, like, 150 mono blue cards you play, but maybe it is now because Rofellos. But this, whenever I actually untapped with it and had something to do, that thing I was doing sometimes didn't get there. So, well, actually a fair amount of times did not get there. So I did accommodate it more. Like, this is way better than where it started, like a lot better than where it started, but still, it did kind of feel like I needed more than what I had going on here. Maybe there's an uncommon and common only combo that I'm not aware of that kind of, you know, just doesn't need any rares or something. But apart from that, when you do untap with it, I would say some of these things were crazy. Like God Pharaoh statue on turn, what is it, 3? Yeah, a turn 3 God Pharaoh statue. You probably just win, right? Because your opponent's so utterly denied everything that this just kind of stops everything ever, and then you can do whatever you want behind it. A fast acidic slime is lights out. A really fast, what is it, meteor golem on a crucial card can make your opponent give up. Drawing a bunch with Disciple didn't end up happening, but it could have. There were windows. But the main thing, and I think it doesn't matter if you're all rares or not, the main thing is untapping with this, right? So you keep casting it and you just keep asking the question, and eventually the question is going to be, no, I can't do anything about it. And then you untap with it, and whatever you do is probably just too much. And I would say a lot of this does kind of feel like it would be too much in the average game. I just saw a crap ton of removal, which you have to. You have to. That's really the big thing. You have to kill it. You have to kill it. So it was kind of hard to untap with it and sort of prove the point that you can kill anybody with just uncommon threats and not any like Ulamog stuff. I just didn't really get to untap with it. That's just where this is. This is the reason it's banned in EDH. You know, your opponents aren't going to be playing uncommons only there, especially, and then you untap with our fellows. There are a lot of games in EDH, if this wasn't banned, having played, like, I've played this, not on paper, but, like, I've made EDH decks with this, even though it was banned, just to see, and there are so many ways you can just win right when you untap with it. That's not really the case here. You don't have, like, some crazy nonsense that, you know, older sets that aren't in Arena have, but still, like, even in Arena, like, this is absolutely bonkers. It seems like the deck weight thing is just non-existent. I saw normal commanders all day with this. I didn't see anything. No, I did see one. I saw a Nafri player who completely trampled me with a bunch of zombies. so that happens, but on average, this seemed like it wasn't even in a lower bracket with an entire deck of commons and uncommons only. So that it is what it is on that regard. But yeah, I was humbled. I guess this doesn't just auto win when it untaps with commons and uncommons. It did take a little bit more effort than that. But after I had changed it, I did start to actually win. So matchmaking has been messed up for 2 weeks. Doesn't seem like a recent thing, but actually, you know what? I was going to say something about that. It feels like the bracket system, or the what you play against, is actually kind of tied to how long you're in the queue. If you like, your queue time is a minute, then you just the search parameters broaden, and then it pits you against higher tier commanders because you can't find anyone within your window after a minute. And the queue times have been longer in the past 2-3-ish weeks. I'm not going to say it's because of Ninja Turtles, no one wants to play the game, but that could be why. I've played this since it came out and I haven't stopped. Magic Arena, and the queue times are at their longest of all time. So it could be because no one wants to play with Ninja Turtles. At least, you know, that's my feelies, but I don't actually objectively know why, but you know, it's not probably likely. So I did see. No, I didn't actually see anything like Ragavan or anything like that. But yeah, so because of that one thing, because of that singular thing, you just shouldn't play this. You just play a normal Rofellos list because that one thing. You are not cheesing people. Like, for some reason, Proft can just cheese other brackets instead of playing Teferi. I don't know why. It just can, but for some reason, Rofellos cannot do that. It can't get into a lower bracket. And you know what? I don't feel bad at all because I don't like this card. So if you can't cheese people with it, more power to you. I mean, that you gotta play the honest way of doing it. But yeah, that's that. All right, I'm gonna play something else now. I'm not gonna keep playing that. So. I do want to play a high buy deck that is only card draw shrines. I don't know if I'm going to do it right now. Or nor do I know how different it is from this. Can that stop happening? Yeah, the new set will not have bracket queue systems. The new set's not going to have that. Only the older ones. Like, the latest set doesn't have deck weight or anything like that. Even if it's obvious. Like, when Yuriko first came out, it was obvious, but it still had no deck weight until, like, later. I don't know how long Knowing Wizards, it's probably just until the next set comes out. So maybe like 2 months. They're just all over the place until they're established. But it could be like just a month, because I think it's fairly obvious. You just like look at what wins and loses and stuff. Well, Sanctum of All is fine, right? It just finds the ones. Probably don't need this one. When it enters, draw a card for each shrine you control. Yeah, I don't need that one. So just these two. No, I don't know if that's. Yeah, I guess that's somewhat fair. Yeah, that's somewhat fair. I don't normally see Kinnan or Scythus and stuff when I'm playing new commanders. It could be the exception. I do see a lot of Ragavan. I do see a lot of I can't keep. I said it twice. I said Log Radavan twice. I said it back to back. Log of Radavan. Tried to correct myself and I doubled down. Good grief. Playing Artisan Uncommons only Rofellos made Goat Bear really grumpy. Then he left. Got all grumpy and left. Tragic. He should have played around it. Do I even play a bunch of mana dorks here? Nothing that flickers high-buy matters. We can get rid of all that nonsense. Care about Entity Tracker. Maybe I don't play the mana dorks and just go a different way. Okay, there's enough going on here that I think I need to start over. Wait, what was I doing? Also, because I played high-buy recently, it's fine to only play it for half as long. It's one of my favorite commanders. I don't feel bad. I'd play Rowan every day if it were up to me. Burgeoning Exploration? But I don't know if I want a Mana Dorks if I'm running a bunch of board wipes. I don't think I do. I feel like I don't want that. I'm not even sure if Sanctum makes sense, but it does mean I only need to cast high-buy once. So maybe it's fine. I can literally run to Fairy. I like Jace. I don't know about Tamiyo. Fairy. I guess Tasha is kind of interesting. I've only seen high-buy Shrineless high-buy once. I'm surprised I didn't see any high-buy today at all yet, actually. And I'm kind of surprised I don't like my options here. I guess Sarkhan. Any excuse to play Sarkhan, I'm gonna take it. I don't think we're an Ujin deck. Are we? Maybe. Could play a bunch of Mana Rocks. Probably will end up playing a bunch of Mana Rocks. I see a ton of Talisman high-buy decks. I don't have to play any red cards. I can like just not play Sarkhan. I like full stop don't even have to play a red source in my deck. I thought I would see more planeswalkers that would be interesting. Oh, the Jace is fine. I'm a fan of this Jace. I thought I'd see more. Like, guess not. I'm not going to run that. Tasha's interesting. I like this Ashiok, but it is a bit strange. Yeah, you could just play the green ramp spells. So I never got it either, but I see it all the time. I never really got it. I think the green ramp spells are better. Not only do they color fix you anyways, they pull cards out of your deck that can't get blown up. Probably worth running a couple Snowlands. I don't know about Kami Grazer. Instant speed ramp is nice. So maybe Entish is good too. I want to cast a bunch of counter spells. I don't know what Defense of the Heart would do. I need a definitive way to win that isn't just like draw 2 cards a turn and cast removal. But like something going on that helps me actually win. How does Teferi Hero of Dominaria? Well, wait, no. Teferi wins with Teferi Ultimate. Yeah, never mind. Don't answer that. Do not answer that. Delighted Halfling Noble. I don't really want to play Mana Dorks when I'm playing a ton of board wipes. I just don't want to do that, especially when casting High Buy is not important. I don't think I want Mana Dorks. I shouldn't say it's unimportant. I should just say it's it's not as important. I like Heaped Harvest. It probably isn't right though. I think I like Crop Rotation. I do want the mana rocks that like Arcane Signet. Eventually making unblockable 1/1s? What do you mean? For each legendary you control, create a... What? I mean, I guess, yeah. I think if my opponent's out of resources, I'm pretty sure the 4/4 itself would win. I don't know if we're looking to ever tap High Buy, unless I have stone cold nothing else to do, maybe. Feeling that one. I could play the non-red talismans. I want all the mana rocks that are at 2 mana. Golos? Maybe, yeah. So you can run... I don't need the colorless ones, but Mind Stone is kind of just fine anyways. Maybe not necessary. This one, oh, that one. I could just not play the tapped one, actually. Because if I'm going to run so many Talis, like I don't need these if I have a bunch of talismans. So which talismans and which signets? I'm going to want some of these. Just because they cost... Wait. I haven't a... Oh, it's Talis M-A-N. The Red Shrine? Yeah, I mean... No, I really think it's a good idea to always have the card draw shrine first. But yeah, that is funny. That is funny. I wonder. Oh, well, I'll talk about that after. Let me focus on the mana here. So I definitely want the blue shrines and the green ones, the talismans. Too many words. Too many words. Not functioning. What I should say is I just want the Sultai ones. So like not the not the red white one. Approach is on its own. Yeah, that's true. We could maybe do Mizzix's Mastery though. Mizzix's Mastery with extra turns. Feels maybe better. Because extra turns are better immediately, and then I can get them all and then win that way as well. I don't know. I really gotta stop saying I don't know. Alright, well I want counter spells and board wipes. Probably not Mana Tithe. Probably not. You know what? Just for the sake of argument, we can Spell Snare. You just play it. Like Strix when the 2/2 doesn't matter. Could also maybe play Swan Song as well. But we'll try Spell Snare. I like Mana Leak. Tails in. Probably going to be super heavy into just 3 colors, so Archmage's Charm is castable, I feel. Force. Mystical Dispute's probably good, right? Probably. Oh yeah, I gotta do the stupid lands. Destroy. Supreme Verdict, yeah. Probably Rift. Maybe Rebuke. Maybe not right now. Swords. Forget that one. What's that other one? Fatal Push. Forgot we had black in our deck. Cut Down is nice. Yeah, Toxic Deluge. Then this stupid fetch land package. I think I want all the fetch lands. I think I do. I think so. Pay 1. Yeah. Probably. In most of the triomes. It's always nice to just not play a color if you can get away with it. And I'd like to go light on the 4th one, which currently I'd say is white. Yeah, so it's mostly Sultai, it seems. How does Emergent Ultimatum winning? I haven't got that far yet. So Shocklands and some triomes. I literally cannot type in the dark. No, you know what it is? It's the microphone wire. It goes right across the top of the keyboard. So all the non-red Shocklands. And then all the non-red Triomes. I mean, I could actually just play a red one anyways. Like a random Jetmir's Garden. Like the two off colors in the green one. Just a second. Yeah, I could take Sarkon out. I have access to all the colors. Even if you don't play a mountain, you have access to all the colors. Like one card having one red in it, that's still just perfectly castable. Man Tower, I suppose Gemstone. I don't know about Cavern because my commander's not that important, and this is colorless for a deck that probably doesn't play a bunch of colorless stuff. Well, it kind of does. I did go with the talismans. Did I add Wash Away? Yeah, well, Gemstone. I don't know if I want Cavern. I could argue it's always free. Cavern's certainly better than a mountain, I guess. I don't think I need the 3-mana sorcery speed ramp spells. Maybe Cultivate can come out. Might not need those. Could be stubborn and not play shared Into the North because I don't want to play Snowlands. I have a ton of ramp on 2 anyways. Okay, after putting this together, the talismans are a bit more reasonable than I would have first imagined. But to be fair, we're not super green. So maybe that's not entirely true, actually. Maybe the talismans are a bit goofy when you're not like green or whatever. Or when you are simply green. Maybe I do want Mana Tithe. Either way, I want extra turns. What is a legendary sorcery? It has to be a creature planeswalker, which sucks because shrines are legendary. This would be excellent if the shrines were could count. I'm so glad this mechanic did not stick around. Legendary spells, like, you have to have a thing in play. Ugh. To be fair, it wasn't on many cards anyways, but still. I'm glad they went with like sagas as the quote unquote historic type thing instead of whatever that is. I'm actually blown away it still recommends mountains. It recommends more mountains than it does plains. Huh. Funny. I don't even know if I want the first mountain. I don't think I do. It feels like a colorless source. It feels worse than Cavernous Souls. There's an argument to the second plains. Yeah, I think we're gonna just not play the mountain. Full stop. Full stop. So more removal is reasonable. More counter spells. Vanitide being white is problematic, sort of. It isn't free. I think the white spells aren't inherently like super free. Especially when you need it like super fast. Is it like it's worse? Game goes out. All right, so what does Teferi, Hero of Dominaria do as a commander? It's been so long since I've played Teferi. It probably plays Get Lost. Tear Asunder is nice. Is it called Tear Asunder? Shoot, it is. Okay, I wasn't actually sure. Tear Asunder. Vindicate, not Vindicate. Anguished Unmaking. That's the instant speed Vindicate, right? Yeah. Instant speed Vindicate is nice. Couldn't pay me enough to actually no, you could. You could pay me enough to play Path of Exile. You could do that. I don't know how much, but it is possible. I don't think we need a bunch of card draw because our commander does that, which is really nice. Oh yeah, Dark Ritual. Of course. Silly me. I have enough in here to do a one ring combo, like mana rock wise. They are like damage dealing mana rocks, so gotta be a little bit careful with that actually. Lightning Bolt. I think there's black equivalents. I don't need to play Lightning Bolt to have a Lightning Bolt effect in here. Because it's not like I'm bolting face. Drowned in Spaghetti is nice, I think. Right? It's not unreasonable. I don't think so. Maybe better. I do like Prismari Command. I could just play Invert Polarity until I finally win a coin flip. Just be stubborn. Growth Spiral's kind of neat. And it's, well, again, I don't know if that's what we really care about. It is, though. I feel it is kind of fine. I like Kolaghan's Command as well. Again, I think it's pretty easy to just get a red source. It's also not a 1 mana red spell, so it's like a lot easier to do whatever. Could run Stomping Ground to make that even easier. The MH3 Planar Genesis isn't. I thought Planar Genesis was a sorcery. Is it not? How do I not see it in this list? It is an instant. You know what? I keep forgetting this exists. I don't know why, but I do genuinely keep forgetting this exists. I could play both. Damn? What is the non-escaped dam? Removal? For target creature. Yeah. Alright. Wait, I gotta read it again. No, they can't run Fury. I can't cast Fury. Solitude and Subtlety are... No, I can't cast Solitude either. I can cast Subtlety, though. Cast Subtlety. I like this pile. This is crazy. What is this? What is going on here? I still think Mizzix's Mastery is maybe worth it. I'm not going to take out Sanctum. I like what Sanctum's doing. I'd sooner take out Sarkhan, actually. I don't want to. This is a pile. Yeah, Golos is okay. Golos blowing himself up feels really dumb, and Golos with counter spells is also really not great. So I don't think I need Golos. I don't think so. Like the average spin hitting Tails End feels really stupid to me. Or any of these counter spells. Or like 3 talismans. Yeah, I don't think I like Golos. It also does ask that I have all the colors in play to activate. It can get the world tree, so it normally is not a problem ever. It shouldn't be a problem because world tree. Not yeah, or even yeah, blowing himself up with Supreme Verdict. I don't think I like Golos here. You also can't even pay. Oh wait, yeah, you can, right? Additional cost. No, you can't. Toxic Deluge would always be 0. I want some kind of tutor, but I really don't want to take out Sarkon. I love Sarkon. That would probably be one of the first cards that come out of here. Okay, no Glimpse the Core. Actually, not. Deal there. I probably. How did I. Wait, hold on. I didn't add Rampant Growth. That was a mistake. I need a tutor. But what's the tutor? Grim Tutor? Something like Grim Tutor? Losing too much life to the Mana Rocks? Wow. If I'm controlling everything and the only way I'm losing life is to Mana Rocks, I'm not super concerned about that. I kind of hope that that's like the biggest issue with them, because I don't really deem that as a big deal. Enlightened Tutor? What is Enlightened Tutor doing? You mean Mystic Tutor? Mystical Tutor's good. I don't know what Enlightened Tutor's doing. I like Mystical Tutor, though. Mystical Tutor is actually exactly what I want. All right, that worked out. I mean, I guess I could shave one of these. I don't know. Red-green one might be the goofiest one. Blue-red. No, we can get rid of the red-green one, probably. Yeah, I can't see what that's doing. Enlightened Tutor. I want another swamp. I want another swamp. So 2 mana removal might be where we want to go at some point. For now, let's try this. All right, we're just gonna start here. I kind of like what is happening here. It's High Buy again. One of my favorite commanders. I love it. It's kind of weird. I see a lot of comments that people think it's like the most oppressive, like nonsensical thing ever. I don't think it is. I said it when it first came out, and it still kind of feels that way, that it is extremely honest outside of Sanctum specifically. Other than this card, when it hits this, it does not feel honest at all. It feels kind of like average, like exactly where the power level should be in this format, in my opinion. It doesn't do anything crazy. It does attack you at an enchantment angle, and dealing with enchantments is a lot harder than dealing with creatures. So it does have that advantage, but it just doesn't feel like this is insanely powerful. It's like it feels like kind of pretty honest, right? There's other things that are a lot more egregious than this that it can play against, not just like Ragavan, Ajani, Scythus. When you're playing, middle of the pack stuff, there's Rofellos that really just doesn't care at all about what Haibai is doing most of the time, because it doesn't care what anyone's doing. But I'm gonna try it again in the way I was talking about before, which is just a few shrines, which are all the card draw shrines. So it's gonna be like a Teferi. You play it, and then you just draw a card every turn, right? I don't care to play it again or flicker it or whatever. I just hit one of these, and I'm drawing 2 cards a turn. If I hit this one, then it can find these, and I don't have to worry about, like, say, casting this twice to get both of these. But ideally, you don't even need both, because drawing 2 cards a turn, I know this one discards, it's not really a big deal. Drawing 2 cards a turn is very good, especially in a deck that's all control nonsense with more or less explosive pseudo combo finishers like Expropriate or Emergent Ultimatum with anything ever. You're going to find a way to win. I have Planeswalkers. They can ultimate. They're problematic. You can drown your opponent in so much value that you can just kill them with a 4/4. So this is another way of playing it, and I'm going to do that. 5-color Mythic Rare nonsense pile. I'm trying Spell Snare. Someone says it's good, more gooder than I deem it, but I'm gonna try it. It's gonna get someone good. Like a Rofellos player. So apart from that, it's just 5-color control, really. Mostly Sultai with some white and red cards splashed in here. Sarkhan, I just like. Just a huge fan of this card, so it is in here. I love that card. The Talismans, I see a lot in Haibai. I'm going to try some here. Normally, Haibai is pretty close to just mono green, and there's just a lot of really good green ramp spells to do instead of talismans, in my opinion, even on just 2 mana. But we're not super mono green like every other Haibai player usually is. So it's looking like that. Let's see what happens. I still think the One Ring engine is a good idea, and I could accommodate it with less painful mana rocks, maybe. Or just 2 mana removal could be better if Haibai is not super important. Shave some of the talismans. Could go that route. We'll see. This is the Evoke one? Evoke one? I haven't actually played the flip Ashling that, like, flips into a 2 mana thingy, whatever it's called. I have Fatal Push, and then I don't got much else, so I'm gonna not play that. Okay, I can get rid of Kolaghan's Command here and not feel bad. Kolaghan's Command probably not... Well, I mean, it's probably bound to do something. Let's play... Opponent is furious. Something got him. Let's do Breeding Pool and Rampant Growth with Swamp. I don't think my opponent likes Gemstone Cavern. Who knows? Oh, it's a Talisman. Alright, I kind of hope they have Mana Tithe, because that would be really fun. Let's get Temple Garden. Mana Tithe? Chromatic Lantern. Tend to the kiln. Okay. All right. Let's draw and get rid of Mana Rock. Actually, it helps me a lot. I don't think I need the sweeper. I don't think I need the sweeper here. All right. Do I have Emergent next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of these lands help tap to cast this. Solitude. Okay. Or I wouldn't counter that if I could. They did just straight up hardcast it. Get rid of you. Alright, I think this lets me do it. It does. Alright, I probably just win. Expropriate. Jace. Condon? No, that doesn't make sense. Let's just do that. Take 2 extra turns. I could have slid Jace in there, but this is fine as well. They can't give me expropriate, so. Oh, I did have Jace. I'm sorry. I think I meant to click another extra turn and gave myself Jace. That's funny. Alright, well now I have Jace instead. It's about the same, honestly. It's about the same. Not gonna lie. So I can take another extra turn. I don't really need to. Ooh, my foot fell asleep. Yikes. Yeah, I don't really need to. I can just play high buy. I can just pass. Okay. Yeah, I think Jace was just better than an extra turn, so I'm glad I clicked that. It is not uncounterable. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to put Expropriate on top of my deck and Ultimate Jace. Okay, I just kind of totally stonewalled my opponent on all angles. Yep. Moving on. We also got both shrines in play. I almost want to make high buy on paper. I like this commander. I like just the shrine ideas. Let's get the Sultai one. Blue, black. No, let's get that one. Abigail is kind of crazy. I haven't seen Abigail ever. Does it have one of the stupid cards? Okay, it doesn't have one of the stupid cards, at least not early. I'm gonna cast high buy. Okay. I feel like you're not targeting. Okay, Bitter Blossom. They get lost my shrine. Let's do this. I don't care about cut down currently. Let's cast this on the swamp, turn it into a green-black. Maybe double green. No, green-blue is fine, I guess. And that. Do this. Damnation. Yeah, sure, I'll keep damnation. Or I'll threaten the existence of damnation. I can shuffle it away if I want. I'm not gonna stifle the... Get... Hollowed Fountain? No, it's gotta be this. Because I have that. Alright. I had 5 lands that helped me with Emergent Ultimatum. They did answer my shrine, but they can't really do anything because I'm just going to keep swinging and the Bitter Blossom's just stuck. But it does effectively make it so I can't swing them. I'm not really sold I should just get Lost Bitter Blossom. I think I can beat that card, but it depends what happens next, I suppose. I didn't have red for this, which is a bit awkward, but I didn't like my... Like, casting it here didn't feel great. Okay. There's definitely different things that could have happened in that game. You don't know why you're playing against High-Buy? Yeah, I don't know. Abigail probably doesn't play against High-Buy that often. Especially scam 5-color nonsense. So, that's kind of tragic. That is the first time I have ever seen Abigail, actually. I've never seen Abigail. Oh, that was you. Yeah, rip. That's that was a one-sided game. I'm going to assume they blitz mulliganed just for a 1-drop, and that doesn't bode too well here, I feel. Buena. No? Just shut down your mulligan to whatever? Yeah, get lost. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. You gotta do something, you know? You gotta do something. So let's play this and name blue. Wait, blue, white. Yeah, I think I should name blue or black. Let's just do black. Black is fine. I will wash away my opponent's commander, even though they can, like... Oh. What? How do you... Wow. Really? I don't know if I agree with this. Let's, Toxic for 3. I don't know if I would have done that. Let's play Jace. I'm not going to deny them the chance of a land. I'm just going to do this. Let's put you and you back. Also, I found Force Spike, which is absolutely devastating if they do play a land. 6. Oh no, opponent, what happened? Oh no. Ooh. Oh. That feels so bad. I feel so... Hey, look, it's mono green. I shouldn't feel bad ever. It's a mono green deck. Mono green deck. I shouldn't feel bad. Oh, it's like a mulligan to 4. You know, anything for the green 1-drop. Ooh. I felt that one. Passenger 57? Eh? Wait, when was this said? I wish the stupid... The app I have doesn't show me the chat timestamps. No, I have not seen that. Nah, I don't think anything's toxic. Actually, maybe Rofellos. Maybe Rofellos is a bit toxic. But the 5-color good stuff piles, there's nothing you can do. If it isn't high buy, like if high buy isn't the 5-color degen thing, then there'll just be another one that is. There'll always be a 5-color like stupid thing in the format on all brackets. Nothing we can do. So I have blue-green. Let's just get that one. Let's just get that one. And let's cast you. I guess another blue one. Blue and something. I guess Esper is fine. Yeah. I do have a fetch land. I can get another one. I'm not going to respect Winter Moon. Especially if my opponent played Lee. I don't think that matters what the next one is. Let's get the Sultan. Yeah, all the Death Touchers. Are they toxic? We can just play Jace. It is fairly just straight up left alone here. So maybe I can just play Jace. It does feel like they're not interacting with it at all. I could even just bounce this. No, I don't want to do that. Force Spike has value, but there's better cards I can draw, I think. Actually, even another land would have been good, because I do have Exploration in play. I think they have to deal with Jace, and I'm not sure how they do that. Oh, go figure. Trying to say words. Silly me. They do not swing with Delighted Halfling. Fascinating. I'm not going to deal with Delighted Halfling. Let's put back you, and I really... Yeah. Okay. Can't forget I have Exploration. I don't want to shuffle this away, but I could. It's not like I can counter Yarok. Alright, they're over it. I mean, you know, they're over it. Even if they, I mean, maybe they didn't have a land, but if they cast Yarok, I don't really care. I can just unsummon it. So I don't really know what they can do. This is a deck that's all about ETBs, and I'm not picturing an ETB that's in fact, my opponent was so busy trying to keep up and stop me that they didn't play any ETBs in their entirely ETB deck. Cool. We could play Yarok. We could also play Elesh Norn. We are all the colors. I have yet to cast a board wipe, which, like I say in this format, you don't necessarily need to cast sweepers, because there's not a lot of like super go wide things going on. And when we played Rofellos earlier, we just happened to see a lot of them. I have no idea which Avatar Aang this is. Is this the Moon Mist one that's really stupid? Yeah, it is. Alright, it's the you either have Moon Mist or you lose the game one. I have Honden in hand. That's not great at all. I do not like this in my hand. I don't know, the rest of the hand is so, like, good, though. Oh, let's play nothing. Shock pass could be scary. Opponent respects nothing. I love it. Oh wait, no, that can't be countered. Never mind. That actually is respecting it. I can't. I can't counter that. Do you? All right, random shrine, go. Hey, we got Sanctum of I win the game. It's another player with can't be countered. Search library. I will get rid of a talisman. Play a land, play talisman, play this. You and pass? I don't think this game is about damage. I will not swing. I think they're trying to kill me. I'm not trying to kill them. As far as I'm aware, it's only Moon Mist that flips this. As far as I'm aware. I think they're just going to cast... No, they don't cast it. So that is kind of annoying. But certainly beatable. Decline, right? Wait, why do I care? Why do I care about losing 4 life? Oh, it's only discard 1, right? So we play you, and then Supreme. Actually, we can play this one instead. Yeah, we can play that one instead. Then pass. Okay. Expect it, sure. Not ideal. Oh yes. Yes. It's so gross. Oh, it's so gross. Get rid of you. You. That. Oh, I have a stop there. Discard, blow up your treasure token. It's a 2-mana spell. Oh, no. I mean, I have Cardnitions here, so we're just chilling. I keep thinking I have to discard 2 cards. I don't know why I keep thinking that. I'm doing that. I could just pull up the other the other treasure token, which probably has merit here. I might as well, right? Why not? Then just pass. Just undoes their thing they just played, so. Okay, they play another one. Sure. Find a land. Oh. I mean, I've drawn... I've seen almost half of my deck already. Not looking great for the opponent here, but I don't know. They could do something. Rim Tutor. I can't do anything about that. What does that find? It's definitely not Moon Mist, so I don't really know. But hopefully I can do something about it. Currently doesn't feel like I can. Assuming they didn't grab like a scary legendary or something. Okay, there's Jace. Get rid of you. Play land. I think I will play Jace. And then just brainstorm. Heal. Do that. That. Then pass. I'm not going to cast Ujin, so yeah. Discard 4. One, 2, 3. Someone's telling me I don't need Ujin, but I might. So let's keep it. 4. I discarded 3 board wipes just now. Distortion? Oh, if they play Thought Distortion, that would be great. You know what's funny? I can just draw 7 cards next turn and probably still be fine. Golos. Okay, no, I'm not going to touch it. Golos probably finds Cavern of Souls? No, I'm not going to let you have that either. Not that that would work. I have swords anyways. You have swords anyways. Alright. I'll draw. I'm hard pressed to like not simply just keep drawing. We can start plussing now though. I don't want to deck out. You can... Wait a minute. Silence is problematic. Let's not let you... Yeah, you're not... Play you. Can make a 4/4. Play that. Play this. Blue. And pass. So now I can stop drawing with the smaller one. They found a cavern. They just top-decked Cavern of Souls. Okay, they have a 4/4. I guess I'll just swords it. But they can just cast it again. Maybe swordsing was wrong because Ujin could have just dealt with it. I don't necessarily have to play Ujin though. Alright, I'm going to decline this shrine. That, do this. This. Plus. Brainstorm. Oh no, you can concede whenever you like. These two. That. And... Oh yeah, I had a plus here. Forgot. One is holding you hostage. Let's swing. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm playing fairly quickly, all things considered. Airbender's Ascension? Okay. Games about that. Ragavan? Sure. Kill it. Must have been their draw for the turn. Yeah, I can play high-buy when the time is right, which I think is now. Yeah, no, I think I played that. I don't think I played high-buy too slow. This is probably the exact turn in which I'm interested in genuinely casting. I think they're just dead. They're just dead. Because I have 2 extra turns, right? can stop plussing the Sarkhan too. I don't need to, and it's not going to get to another minus anyways. Although, I mean, 4 is kind of valuable. It is valuable. Another 4/4 here. Yeah, maybe I do that. Oh, I'll take that. Okay. It would be a Christmas miracle if my opponent won this. But I do got to be careful and not deck out. Yeah, what if we just didn't plus these 2 other Planeswalkers? I really don't think I need them. I'm drowning in value that can't really be dealt with, so... And there's just no reason to deck out. Surprised I did not concede. But hey, we just get to do it now. We get to do the thing. They didn't concede. Alright, I found lethal. I can just take an extra turn and kill him. Alright, yeah. I don't know. They could have conceded 10 years ago. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. I'm not going to... It's extremely unlikely for this deck to deck out, but this is the exact reason why maybe something like One Ring Paradox Engine is not an ideal combo in this deck. Or say like... Well, I don't know what else would fundamentally matter here. Like, I wasn't even using all of these. Once your opponent just can't do anything, the game is over. I don't need like a combo finisher or something. We just have enough stats. But hey, look, Sarkhan got there. You know, the 4/4 dragons actually mattered. kind of. Again, I think I'm probably gonna win anyways. Did we lose a like legitimate crazy win condition this game? Because I don't think we did. No, I don't think we did. They did find Cavern. So far, I don't know, has every single opponent had an uncounterable thing and I have beaten it? We had the Vexing Goblin, we've had Cavern, we've had Delighted Halfling. I've seen so many uncounterable things and I have beaten all of them. But I'm attacking my opponent at every angle, it's not just counter spells. So, okay. Well, that was satisfying. I don't know why they didn't just give up. I would have gave up. A long time ago. I'm seeing all these green decks that are not real fellows. Oof. All right, not the you don't want this. I'll say that. you don't want both of these. I'll play Burgeoning. They're like kind of the same, so... Oh, okay. Alright. I outgreened the green player. But you were on the play, opponent. You were on the play. Where you want to be with green. Or really any deck, but especially green. And what happened? This does feel... Is this better than the first sliver? Is this better than the first sliver? That's a good question. I don't know. Because the first sliver is not deterministic. This is deterministic in what it finds every time. So you can build around it. First sliver you can't. You can randomly hit a sweeper. Is this better than the first sliver? Gotta think about that. Another green deck that isn't Rofellos. Wow. This is maybe really good against them. Yorvo. See what other things they're interested in doing. Other than like so let's get this one. No, I need... Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll play that. I can just play High-Buy. It is like a thing in play that blocks and does stuff. Alright, there's that. Figure. Why play Rofellos when you can just draw it all the time? I'm going to play this. This is a Yorvo deck, so I don't think Rofellos is just suddenly winning when they untap with it. It's probably playing creatures, which we are more or less prepared to deal with. Expecting more elves there, but okay. Yeah, we're more or less prepared for a Rofellos when it looks like this. Surprised they traded. I feel like you know what I'm trying to do, so maybe trading there is not the best idea. I don't know. I'll get the greedy one here, so I can overload this. Probably just win. Oh, they didn't concede. But it's not looking great. Okay. Alright. Okay. That's interesting. But I do have a wall of everything ever at this point. Okay. My opponent has the most uphill battle conceivable. I don't think Spell Snare is doing anything here. Play that. Let's play this. Pass. You cast a permanent for your hand value values. I like this card. Alright, yeah. I don't know. This doesn't seem like the kind of deck that recovers from the first board wipe. And I will probably always have one because I'm drawing way too many cards a turn. And they'd have to still get through the ones in my hand, which they currently probably cannot do that. This one's very difficult to get through. But yeah, there it is. An honest Rofellos, if you can call it that. A green 1-drop that wasn't a mana source. I like this. I don't know the last time I've seen Yorvo. That's pretty cool. I kind of feel bad that I see it when I'm playing something like this, though. I feel a bit bad there. I'm actually almost convinced this is better than the first sliver. I'm kind of convinced. In terms of 5-color mythic rare synergy be damned piles. You. Priests of Katrina. Well, in there, High-Buy. Time it is. It is shrine time. We got the good one. No one's automatically conceded yet to Sanctum of All. Sometimes I do that if I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it, of course. All right, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a way to undo all that. I don't need to draw into anything this turn, so I'll just play the greedy one. Let's get lanes and deal with this so I don't lose to it. Is a lot of mana. I don't believe there's anything other than an extra turn to grab, which does draw a lot of cards here, but I don't think it's necessary. No, don't you dare. Oh. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. That is okay. I'll survive what they just did. Not gonna tutor. Card. I mean, the original idea was to just simply draw one card a turn with my shrines, and I have done way more than that on average so far, so I think we're just super chilling. Doesn't seem like a spot to interact. They do not interact. I'm not going to recast Sanctum. I can't say I need it. Nor do I need to cast High By. I do not have a counter spell. But I think we're still okay. This doesn't make fairy... yeah, it just makes bugs. Buggo boys, yeah. Okay. Right. Wow, they do nothing? Beautiful. Beautiful. I wonder if we could slide Brainstorm in here. I don't have it in here. I don't have Brainstorm, so there's not a lot of reasons to hold these fetch lands, and Triomes are reasonable to just get out of my deck. I could just cast Sanctum and just not care if they counter it. I could do that. Is there anything to do after that if it doesn't work out? I don't have another untapped red source. What if I just cast you? What if I just did nothing? What if I didn't do it? My opponent didn't do anything. I don't care about Brazen Borrower. Like, yeah, what if I just didn't do anything? My opponent literally didn't do anything. Why am I button this? This is some damage-based pressure. I mean, it's... well, the numbers are climbing. I will probably interact with Brazen Borrower just for the sake of damage. Card 2 damage. So yeah. Just to, like, do something. But this doesn't feel like the scariest card. I don't think I would make a move on this card here. Unless you value this 3/1 higher than I do. Yeah, they don't. They have Toxic Deluge? Alright, another Sultai Elf deck with a pay life to blow up their own board. Love to see it. Let's do this. Okay, what's this? Stifle? Well, I mean, you can't Tails in an Arid Mesa, so I don't know what this is. What is this? 4 mana. What? Wang Shi Tong. Oh, sure. I'll towards that. So now I can just Mystical Tutor for a sweeper? And my opponent doesn't have anything? Is that a good idea? They draw a card off of Long Siege Time. Maybe that isn't a good idea. I have to deal with this eventually. Alright, I'll just draw. That was a very disgusting 2 cards. Like, insanely disgusting. You probably have to say money. I don't think you can say time here. Yeah, you have to say money. Okay, well, I'm the one with the 4/4 now. I think I'm going to cast my commander. Yeah, we're going to cast our commander here. Get that. And pass. They played a fetch land. Don't really use it yet. Have I seen any elves? Okay, I've seen one elf and a fairy so far. Eventually they're gonna have to actually play elves and fairies. Sure. They kill their own Wang Shi Tong, Ponder. That's another card we could play that we're not playing. I do like Ponder. Maybe I draw enough off of High-Buy that I don't need Ponder. Outpocking the Pox, yeah. They really need to change how Ponder works, because you don't know if they shuffle or not, unless you have an audio cue. Not an audio cue. Okay. Probably makes sense, actually. I don't know what I'm going to Mystical Tutor for, but I'd love for my opponent to try to interact with it. Do not interact with it. I'm going to get Archmage's Charm. I'm not going to get an extra turn effect. I'm just going to grab Archmage's Charm. Oh yeah, I'm drawing like a million cards. I forgot. I forgot. I'm drawing like 5 cards a turn without Sanctum in play. Okay, well, I can get rid of Sanctum. I think I will. No, I can get rid of Talisman. Sanctum could actually do something at some point, maybe, sorta. Let's play Eugene and stop the 1/1 spam. And I don't care to defend Ugin. Okay, they don't have an answer to it. I'm a stack. Draw more cards, undo the life loss. I drew a land for Burgeoning, too. We can swing. I do not care at all about these 1/1s. Swinging at Ugin or my face. Okay. This is a 3-turn clock that will eventually have to be blocked. No Wang Shi Tong on our end. They know about a counterspell. There's no cavern. They got an untapped land. What? What? Lenalendra Spaghetti? What does that do? Oh, I don't like that. Kona, you have done a good job at staying in this game. I'm not gonna... You have done a good job at staying in this game. I think they've played very well, but they're falling behind every turn. Very fast. Very, very fast. Okay, I don't think there's anything this could steal that's a problem. And also, they don't have another thing to do with it anyways. Okay, I'm going to kill this now, so they can't just cast a 2-drop. Excuse me. That works out. I don't have another colorless card for Ugin. They don't even swing at Ugin. I don't think 3 loyalty matters. Yeah, I'd probably go phase 2. Which also probably doesn't matter. Alright, I found a colorless card. That's probably lights out. Let's get rid of... I almost discarded the colorless card. I almost discarded it. Oh, that's funny. They can recast it. I did kind of give them something to do. But yeah, I mean, it's the only fairy/elf in play, and they can't really steal any relevant 1-mana cards, other than swords, which, again, I don't think actually is relevant. And I probably just win here on the spot with Emergent Ultimatum anyways. But they played this very well. They did everything at the right time, I should say. They played pretty well. It is an awkward pile of cards, though, it seems, because it didn't see... Well, they did have this as an insanely high mana blitzing, like, closing speed thing, so I guess that was very good, and it was dealt with. But once that was dealt with, they didn't have really anything. It was like they're doing the blue-black tempo control-y style thing, because the green explosive ignore you ramp side didn't work. and that side is not going to outperform what I'm doing. But they did stop me from drawing 55 cards. I only drew 22. What else happened this game? Toxic Deluge. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, everyone swears by removal sweepers. I mean, everyone swears by sweepers in decks like this. Just creature decks, but like Toxic Deluge makes sense in a deck that wants to play a bunch of Priests of Titanias? Because it doesn't to me. You don't have both at the same time, but you at least have Llanowar Elves, right? Toxic Deluge is a bit odd to me. You need a wide creature count too for your commander, don't you? Because it wants more creatures in play to do the thing. I don't know. Toxic Deluge. Toxic Deluge. Toxic Deluge. Alright, I'll play a couple more. We're teetering on the edge of midnight, and I don't want to play past midnight. Oh, sir. Alright, I've seen this person a few times. I don't recognize the deck, though. So, your spells deal stuff. Dark Ritual is good, but the rest of this hand is not. Find out. Let's find out. Okay. Who needs more cards? Who needs to play a control deck? Oh. They didn't even wait to see what the shrine was. Oh my goodness. When it left up that lightning bolt for a Menador. Oh, that's messed up. That's so messed up. Very messed up. Alright. They can't utilize blighting at all against me, which is really nice. But it's still a green deck with a bunch of 1 minute elves. I don't have a board wipe. Oh, well, that's not what I expected. I think you got to take Jace here. Maybe this, actually. This is reasonable. But I'm probably going to take Jace if I were my opponent. And just play around the memory lapse. What? What? Huh? Okay, I'm not doing that. That's nope. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. That is not what I would do. Maybe they wanted to just color screw me? I guess. Oh. But yeah. Huh. Well, I would say they probably conceded because I hit this, but little do they know that there's only 2 card draw shrines. Which, I mean, so far that hasn't mattered anyways. The 2 card draw shrines have been good enough. So it is really good, but still, if it was just a card draw shrine, we're chilling. Yeah, that duress is odd. I think. Especially without a Menadork. I think you have to take one of these, don't you? It must have been okay. They must have just saw my hand and were like, I can't really beat this, so I'll take the blue source and just hope you can't cast them. That might be what happened, because otherwise it seems a bit nuts to me. Okay, fair enough. Must be what happened there. And then Sanctum showed up and they gave up regardless. At least it wasn't Dark Ritual. This is the pay for Urion trigger? Yeah, the Soul Herder, except you have to pay for it. This hand is highly dubious. Highly dubious hand, but you know what? Let's play you. I think I should force spike that. Especially with the village in play. I think I should force spike this. I think that's a good use of my resources. Alright, apparently it was. Apparently it actually was. It was a good use of my resources. Oh, was that archaic student important? Oh no. Oh no, opponent. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Have I lost a game? Nope. I have not lost yet with this deck yet. Not yet. I can't keep getting away with it. I'm gonna stop me. I've had an extremely wide range of wins as well. Very wide range of different ways to win the game. Kind of funny. Alright, Vivi doesn't like this card, but the rest of the hand, not looking good at all, actually. Maybe I should mulligan this. Okay. Pretty substantial play versus draw matchup, unfortunately, but such is life. All these beautiful end step fetches. If this was a paper format, I really hope they would ban the fetch lands just for the sake of time. My goodness. My goodness. They're not even like super necessary. The mana bases are so efficient. Hori Steel Cutter. Wasn't expecting that one. Go for it. Burst Lightning to make a 1/1? Alright, you got it. You got it. We got the VV players scared, I guess. Hori Steel Lightning is really weird though. Really weird. I would have loved an untapped Mana Rock there. That would have been ideal. I can Beseiju this? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. Oh, they missed a land drop. Alright, well, it's absolutely not right then. Let's play that and do this. On, I guess, blue? Another black source would be alright. No, they're just chilling with blue. I mean, they missed a land drop. Snapcaster into Burst Lightning is super cute. I don't know how any of this has to do with VV, but they're doing stuff, I guess. So far, none of this seems VV-centric. You can cast this and then leave up Tail's End if it doesn't work. I don't really have a better option. other than making my opponent not be able to use their mana, which does seem kind of nice. Yeah, and that lets me cast mana ramp spells. So maybe that's better. Oh, they're not missing land drops anymore. They didn't fight over Vivi. They could have done that. Didn't do that. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you got it. Alright, well I lost to like not Vivi weird nonsense, which is odd, but go figure. I don't really know what my opponent was doing over there. I guess I had to besage you earlier, just never committed to it. Seemed like a pretty whimsical Vivi strategy. That's the second time someone just like pivoted into like this perfect control tempo thing that has nothing to do with their commander, except that time it actually worked. So I'd say that is highly irregular and not something I should typically expect. And I had a lot of ways to still stay alive in my deck if I drew them. Yet another uncounterable wall of stuff. I have 2 white. Let's get a black. Another wall of uncounterable herp derp. It's like you have too many counterspells in your deck, you can't do anything. My opponent only has 2 colorless mana, so they need to cast legendaries or humans. They don't have any mana. And I can't imagine there's a boatload of super spooky humans they're going to cast, so... Okay, yep. Yeah, these don't work too nicely with each other. Let's do... Island? Cast my commander. They chose Halfling? Why'd they choose Halfling? Okay. Chose Halfling. Yeah, okay. Huh. Sure. Why did they do that? Just to play this? They did it But this is forever colorless now. Just to cavern, they just converted the cavern into a mana dork? Yeah, that doesn't, I don't know if I... That seems weird. That seems a bit odd. Interesting. Yeah, they didn't have green on turn 1, but still, though, like... The Delighted Halfling doesn't really help you, does it? Maybe it does. I'm going to assume Force Spike is past its heyday. And I don't think there's a reason to do anything at all. So I'll just chill. Like, I don't think I have to do anything. There's no reason to cast one of these now. I'm just, like, chilling. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess, but it just made the next turn awkward anyways. I don't know, I'm not convinced that's what I would do. Especially how you can only cast legendaries and humans. Nothing else can be cast. Alright, this is an excellent outcome. This is better than I would have hoped for, actually. Above average outcome, in my opinion. Let's do... Sultai one? Yeah, I have all the white mana I need, so... Alright. Surely there's more than that, right? No? Wow. Do we think there's heroic intervention? I don't really know what to think. I guess so. There's no reason to hold this. Just play it. And play the Talisman? Maybe I just keep the Talisman to discard to Sanctum. Maybe just a good idea. I don't think I need the Talisman. I really only need to cast my commander one more time. Either shrine it hits is valid to do the thing. Alright. They killed my commander, so I'll just replay it. My hand is hilarious. If my opponent could see my hand, they might concede, depending on what else they can do to try to stop me. Okay, of the two I could have hit, I think I hit the... I think I hit the better one? Kind of? Sort of? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter which one I hit. I draw slightly less with this one over the course of the game, but still. Tolly? What's gonna... What are we doing? Tolly? Like, credit equipment? Okay. Oh, that's not a Tolly. Whenever equipment you control enters, make it 2/2. How many turns have only? Sure. Apparently there's no equipment in play, in hand. I will block this, because why wouldn't I? Combat trick? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. There could still be heroic intervention, so that is a problem. That is a problem. I don't like that problem. I don't have a solution to that problem. Okay, I didn't draw a solution to that problem either. Okay, I drew a solution. Let's get rid of one of these. I don't need all of them. And then I'm going to go the hyper-conservative route with my stuff and see if this works. This will absolutely force out something like heroic intervention. Oh, please have it. Please have it. Okay, they don't have it. Let's exile... I can Toxic Deluge, right? With the colorless mana? Oh, that's gross. Oh, I can also cast this too. Oh my goodness. Boop. And then do it for 3. Doot, doot, doot. Play around nothing. Alright. Wasn't heroic intervention, but I played in a way that I don't lose to it. If they had it. That too? Yeah, that delighted halfling thing, a little weird, but I have had an exceedingly amazing time of just not worrying about Cavernous Souls or Delighted Halfling or anything. I have seen a highly disproportionate amount of this today playing this deck, but I've beaten it every time it's been in play. So if ever I was going to see it all day, I suppose it's this time. How many counterspells am I running? Also, I think that was probably my last game. How many counterspells am I running? I don't actually know. 3. Well, this one doesn't count because it can't. Cavern doesn't worry about that. Spellslinger never did anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have like 10 counter spells. Some of them are a bit questionable. You know what? After having played a bunch, I really just don't like Spellslinger. I don't know. I mean, I tried it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I would say I kind of do like Mana Tithe, actually. Kind of like Mana Tithe. I didn't actually struggle with getting white mana early at all. And that Mana Tithe is really gross when it does the thing, so. Yeah, alright. Let's talk about it. You dislike a card I never drew? I'm thinking about the scenarios in which it would have done something. I'm not thinking about, oh, I never drew it, therefore it's not good. Every game I played, how many times would it have actually mattered? I'm gonna say not really a lot. But I just thought I would give it a shot. But again, I don't. There are so many better things to do currently. Anyways, so I lost one game with this deck, and it was against. What was it against? It was against VV, who decided to play like blue-red control and have access to blue-red control things that didn't involve VV as a hand. So I lost to it. Like Snapcaster tempo nonsense. That would I just lost, but VV never showed up. But they just didn't have to play it. But everything else, I won. I just won every other game. I don't need high buy fast. I think I would say that this is better than the first sliver when it comes to high value, ridiculous pile of powerful cards that don't necessarily synergize too well. I think the random card that the first sliver hits is not as good as the card draw shrines. I think the card draw shrines, I would almost say this is probably the best way to play high buy, which is unfortunate. But I think that is the case. Again, this is ironic because a lot of people in my comment section say they're like, "Oh, I'm so sick of the shrines. They play all the shrines and I get blown away." It's like, well, yeah, but they could be playing this, you know. And then like that just goes to show how a lot of the shrines are just not super impactful unless you like get them in a certain order, where you get the same 3 all the time that are really good with each other or something like that, right? In a context of I have like 50 in my deck, but all the ones I'm playing are good with each other. You don't necessarily need Sanctum, but I feel like you should just play it anyways, because when you have it first and you get the other ones, they draw more, and you don't need to cast this a second time. It just finds them for you. And if they blow it up, well, you can just cast high buy and get the ones you actually care about. So getting this first is just fine, even when it gets the card draw ones. Just goes to show how insane this card is, how few shrines I can play with it, and it's still like probably the best shrine in this deck. So that's just so gross. But the counter argument is, well, don't play this card. Play something else in your deck. Replace this card with something else, like a counter spell, or a removal spell, or another board wipe, or a planeswalker, or the One Ring, right? You don't have to actually play this card. And that's reasonable. But I felt like it was fine, right? Even if I had nothing to do with it really fast, it still just draws you more because it still counts as a shrine. So you draw more with these. I think it's just fine. But I wouldn't say I needed it. If I have the other two in play, that's more than enough cards a turn that you're basically doing what Katara wants to do, but just better, right? Well, it isn't better because Katara gets to that point way more efficiently than you do. But once you get to that point, your pound for pound cards are way more scary than your opponents. So that is nice. We talked about Spell Snare a lot, so I guess I should just put it here. I don't think Spell Snare is something you should play. I ended up taking it out. I never really drew it, but there's a lot of scenarios where if I did draw it, I don't think it would have done that much, really. I mean, it would have hit something, I guess, but especially in a 5-color deck, there are so many different options. I wasn't even running, excuse me, Witness Protection, or what was the other one? Unable to Scream. Even the flashing one is okay, I suppose. We have sweepers, so they don't really have a lot of value, in my opinion. I don't feel like I need to run those kinds of things. Also, you could say a lot of things that I would counter are probably on the creature department, and a lot of creatures just get hosed by the rest of my deck anyways, but that doesn't stop me from countering a creature. I'm still probably going to counter a creature at a crucial time. When you draw so many cards like this, I could probably shave a couple board wipes or just a couple of everything and just put something else in here. I don't think that this is the ultimate pile for high buy, but man, was it crazy. I had kind of the widest range of wins. I won super early with, Dark Ritual degen nonsense, a fast counter spell. They were like a force spike on a rampant growth, a beat them to death because they don't concede with a 4/4 until they die. Take a bunch of extra like anything that could happen happened effectively with the cards in this deck. I don't really know if I need the mana here, and if this is not necessary, this wall of nonsense here, then this deck can only get scarier because you just take this out and add more removal, more counter spells, more anything except card draw. I don't really know if I want card draw in a deck where all of it is inside of the commander that just lets you play better things instead of divination effects effectively. You can make exceptions to that, like Chart the Stars is just always good. Stuff like that is fine. But for the most part, if you can just get away with not playing these, you probably can. And I think you can. If there's ever an excuse to play high buy again, I'm going to take it. So there's probably a way to do this without all the mana rocks. I did fairly well every time. I mean, again, I only lost a single game of the piles. I got to 15 wins, didn't I? Well, to be fair, some of those, I think 3 of them were like from the Real Fellows Pauper thing I tried. But yeah, I'm not actually sure how many games I didn't need the 2-mana ramp spell. I don't know how many games. I don't even think I had the 2-mana ramp spell in the game I lost. I don't know if it would have helped me. Hard to tell because there'd be a different card in the game and some other card would have to have been that talisman, so it wouldn't have been part of the game. So I don't really know. I will say in that VV matchup, I did have a really not great hand. Honestly, it could have been better. It was like both Jaces and Expropriate, which wasn't castable, and no mana rocks at all. So like it wasn't a really good showing there. But yeah, so there's probably a way to not run all of this. Probably is. I don't know what that looks like. It's definitely slightly slower, but that's okay. It doesn't feel like I need High Buy on turn 3. When you do play High Buy, it has the added benefit of simply just sitting there as a 4/4. So that can be a serious problem for some decks. Not a lot of them, but some, especially with the mindset of, well, if I kill High Buy, they can just recast it and get another shrine, and I don't want them to. So I kind of want to like deal with it in a different way. And if they ever commit something like a witness protection, you're like, okay, that's fine. You know, you block it at the first opportunity and then either cast it again or blow it up yourself with a wrath or something. So High Buy not being the thing that's winning the game, but finds the thing that wins the game is massive. That's just huge. You, especially when it can continuously do it, and your opponent doesn't really want you to do that. So it's exceptionally annoying in that regard, and that goes with all the shrine stuff in general. Because of that, like, right, it feels annoying that when you kill your opponent's commander, all you did was help them, right? So I can see why High Buy gets frustrating to play against when you can't really deal with it as efficiently as you'd like to. It's kind of like trying to deal with Zakama, and they can just untap all their lands and cast it again when you killed it. It was like, can't really do anything. So that is really nice. What else? What else? Yeah, I didn't need Paradox Engine One Ring. Probably not the best idea. It doesn't seem like I have a combo pivot to win, right? There's a lot of decks that I play that there's a way to win, and I'm not super invested in Aether Flux Reservoir, but this does look like, finally, actually look like a kind of deck that would probably want to play that if you did do the One Ring engine. But you could make the argument you go Mizzix Mastery instead with so many Planeswalkers. And with all the extra turns, Mizzix Mastery can just ultimate a Planeswalker really fast, and then they're going to die, right? Just ultimate the Jace, they lose everything. Ultimate this, they can't. The first spell is countered. You exile all their stuff. Sarkhan just sits there and looks at them. But there's probably a way to actually just win with Mizzix Mastery instead of Aether Flux Reservoir, and that is way better in every other context, because you can Mizzix Mastery all the stuff you cast up to that point. It would be super red in a deck that doesn't really have any red in it. Actually, it doesn't even have a mountain, so I would probably have to accommodate the red sources more, but that's pretty reasonable. I'd say. That's definitely a doable thing. Could just simply take out the other red card and add Mizzix Mastery. I never really got color screwed, right? Green decks inherently don't get color screwed, I feel, but this wasn't super heavy into green, honestly. It really wasn't. I would say maybe the fetch land Triome thing was, a testament of color fixing more than just simply being green, at least at this time. Yeah, so if you like the 5-color mythic rare pile nonsense, this probably is the best way to go right now. I feel like it is. I mean, you could play Golos and stuff, Kenrith, I guess, and I think they're higher bracketed or whatever, but this felt just better than the first sliver ever did. It really did. There's a lot of times the first sliver hits like a sweeper that doesn't do anything. The first sliver can't play counter spells because it would just counter its own sliver and be dumb. If it was Discover 5 and not Cascade, you could put the counter to your hand, I suppose, but you can't do that. So this does feel like the first sliver's wet dream, kind of, especially when it's deterministic. Like, you're always getting this. You're not getting like a dead Kolaghan's Command or a Force Spike or a sweeper when you don't want one. Or I don't know, anything. Or just like a mana ramp spell that feels kind of awkward. Yeah, that happens with the first sliver all the time. It just hits something that you really don't want to play. You can't even play Toxic Deluge because, as I'm pretty sure, you can't pay any life. You just cast it. I think as an additional cost to cast this. Okay, no, maybe not. I think you can cascade it into Toxic Deluge. Yeah, because have to pay life as an additional cost, even if you cast it without um, paying its mana cost or whatever. You should still have to pay life. It's like when you cast Haro for free, not off of Omniscience, but like off of Cascade. You have to sack a land still because it's an additional cost. It's just part of the cost of casting it. So I'm pretty sure you can't actually do that. I didn't struggle with casting Archmage's Charm, I'll say. I don't know if Ujin is necessary. I don't know, but you could make that argument about a few of these cards in here, like, you know, Sarkhan. But it just goes to show how powerful the $20 per card mythic rare pile is, and especially when it has a commander that actually complements it, which, to be honest, I don't feel like I've seen too many of those. There's always been this 5-color thing, but it seems like this is a step above a lot of them, especially given how it's not in like Hellq or anything. It seems like I saw an Abigail player. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I was very surprised. It seems like we're playing a completely different format. I saw another commander too. I'm just looking at him like, man, the first sweeper might just totally annihilate you. And yeah, and it did. So if you have ideas to make this better, let me know. No one person knows all things. We have to settle the spell snare. I hope I wasn't. I might have been saying that. I hope I wasn't saying spell pierce the whole time. I did mean spell snare. If anyone was curious that whole time. If you have an opinion about this card, add it to the pile. But I currently think there are just a ton of better options right now. But again, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. It's not like in the first 99 of my ideas here.